Hey, fifth graders, I'm here to help you get started on a new assignment this week, and we will be doing 4 of these, so I want to make sure that you're doing them in the correct way. So first thing I want you to do is get that text, get that name on there. I'm going to put mine on here. I'm going to tell you that it's a little bit of an odd story, so I'm going to kind of go through it with you. And it is 2 pages long, and then there are 2 pages of writing answers that I want you to do. And that is what I'm going to talk to you about because I want to make sure that those are done properly. So this story is called Mr. Cactus. It is fiction, obviously. And let's start. It says, I lived in Arizona. It was hot and dry as a bone in my town. Hope you notice that that's a simile, dry as a bone. What was as dry as a bone? Arizona. The air was so dry that no plants really grew there, except for Mr. Cactus. Mr. Cactus was a giant saguaro cactus. It was 10 feet tall, big, green, and it had spikes all over. It was in my yard, in the dust, and I didn't like him. Come on, honey, it's just a plant, said my stepdad, Earl. The thing would probably be more afraid of you than you are of it. Exhibit A, let's talk about. When I was 2 years old, I was running around the yard in my foot scooter. When I scooted too close to the cactus, I stepped on one of the cactus spikes that was on the ground, and the thing went right through my little toddler foot. That was one thing. Now let's go to Exhibit B. I was playing hide and go seek with Ronald, my friend from down the road. Ronald decided it would be funny if he hid behind the cactus. He knew I wouldn't go anywhere near it. While Ronald was hiding, a scorpion crawled into Ronald's shoe. When he felt it on his ankle, he freaked. He jumped up and hit his head smack on one of the arms of the giant saguaro. Earl spent 2 hours getting all the cactus needles out of Ronald's scalp. And Exhibit C. My little dog, Pico, and I were playing catch with a frisbee. The frisbee flew on top of the cactus. I got stuck on the needles, and Pico, the poor dog, tried to jump up and get the frisbee. That was the last time Pico ever got within 30 foot of that cactus. Earl, I said to my stepdad, you may not believe me, but I think that cactus is evil. Earl just rolled his eyes, then gave me a sloppy kiss on the forehead. Poor guy, that cactus might be coming for him next. We both walked outside. Earl cut through the yard and walked by Mr. Cactus to get to his truck. As usual, I took the long way. I always kept my distance from that monster. Earl put on his construction hat and got into his pickup truck. Stay safe, kiddo, he said to me. I'll see you when I get home. I started walking back to the house when I heard a strange sound. Chee, chee. What was that? I've never heard anything like that noise before. It was coming from the front yard, the cactus part of the yard. It's probably that evil cactus trying to call me over with its thorns, one way or another. I bolted for the house, and then I heard it again. Chee, chee. It sounded smaller this time. I decided to swallow my fear, and I went over to the cactus. It was just me and Mr. Cactus. Hello again, old friend, I said with a voice shaking. Chee, chee. I realized it was coming from the bottom of the cactus. Chee, chee. I tiptoed over, and there in the thorns was a tiny brown and white woodpecker. Now I'm going to let you read the rest of this, and I'm going to go ahead and explain some of the questions. So you can pause the video right here and read the rest of the story. Number 1, do you think the kid's level of fear is responsible? So the kid is terribly afraid of that cactus. Why or why not? So you can't just say, yes, his fear was good. You have to tell me why or not. And the second part that we are going to learn is that you have to, I would say, give me proof. Quote from the text your response. So you might say something like, the author says, or according to the text. So I'm going to kind of show you how I think this one should be done. So the kid it's kind of ridiculous to be scared of the cactus when the cactus doesn't move. But sometimes we have to play along with the story. And right here, this kid gives us 3 reasons why he or she, I guess I don't even ever know if we know what the kid is, but he or she is afraid of the cactus. So I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to start writing, and I'm going to start with um, a quote from the text. So I'm going to either start with the author said or according to the text. And this one I'm going to write according to the text. The child listed 3 what according to the text, the child listed 3 reasons why he/she is why she I'm going to change that, has fear of the cactus. Um oops, cactus, there we go, cactus. Okay. So yes, I feel like the fear in the story is reasonable. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. That's my funny writing on here. So according to the text, so there's my quote. The child listed 3 reasons he's afraid of the cactus. And then there's my answer. So yes. Now, I cannot just leave it like this. We've talked in our classes about RACE, R-A-C-E. So R-A-C-E is, yes, I feel like the fear is reasonable in this story. I've restated this question. And then I've listed something in there, but I also want to explain it. So I'm going to hit back here where I can write it better. According to the text, the child listed 3 reasons why he or she has fear of the cactus. So yes, I feel like the fear in this story is reasonable. Now, explain it. If I was poked 3 different times by a pokey cactus, I would have the same respect and fear as the child in the story. Child in the story. So it's kind of choppy here because of my writing and I kind of messed up, but I'm not going to waste time on this video to go back. But my answer is, according to the text, so really this one should be first. Yes, I feel like the fear in this story is reasonable. According to the text, the child listed 3 reasons why he or she has fear of the cactus. If I was poked 3 different times by a pokey cactus, I would have the same respect and fear as the child. Then you have to pick a yellow highlighter or a crayon, but we mostly use highlighters, and color the details in the story that help you with this question. So what you're going to go back to is this, and we're going to collect the yellow, and we're going to say Exhibit A was one area, Exhibit B was one area, and Exhibit B3 was those. Okay, I'm not going to highlight that whole thing because I've got the idea that I can prove right there where it was. So color the details in the text that help you answer the question. Reread the text that you have colored and describe its overall tone. So the tone means, was it happy? Was it sad? Was it scary? So let's reread it because that's what it said to do. I was 2 years old. I was running around the yard in my foot scooter. I think that's like a walker. I think. When I scooted too close to the cactus, I stepped on one of the cactus spikes and that was on the ground. That thing went right through my toddler foot. So I hear exasperation like, oh my gosh, can you believe that happened? Let's do number B or Exhibit B. I was playing hide and go seek with Ronald, my friend from down the road. Ronald decided it would be funny if he hid behind the cactus. He knew I wouldn't go anywhere near it. While Ronald was hiding, a scorpion crawled into Ronald's shoe. When he felt it on his ankle, he freaked. He jumped up. He hit a smack on the arm of the cactus. And my stepdad, or Earl, spent 2 hours getting cactuses out, or needles out. And then 3, talking about the dog. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to write right here. I'm going to grab my text. The tone of these examples is agitated, frustrated, and what is another word I could use? The tone of these three examples is agitated, frustrated, and what did I say a little bit ago? I don't even remember what word. Frustrated, agitated, frustrated, and irritated. Irritated with the cactus in the front yard. That is a great answer. I've made that a sentence. Okay. How did the kid change in the story? Quote the text in your response. Suggested phrases, and they give you some ideas again right there. How did the kid change? So when we start this, we're going to restate the question. The kid in the story changed from the beginning to the end. The way he/she changed is, and then you are going to do the writing, and you're going to tell me how they're changed, and then you're going to prove it. So don't forget that you have to write the author said, or according to the text, tell me maybe what paragraph. Okay, then, oops, I just got my thing in the way. Let's go down here, wait for that to move. You're going to get your orange crayon, and you're going to color the details that help you answer the question. How did that child change? Okay, write a summary of this text. Summaries, somebody wanted or did, but so then. So you're kind of giving us who's involved in it, what happened in it, how did things change. So these are usually going to be 3 to 4 sentences long. Okay, describe the theme of the text. The theme we've talked about is the message. Okay, tell me, what did we learn in this? And I'm going to give you a little hint. It's not don't step on cactuses, and it's not don't play by cactuses. It's going to be something more like in the way that the boy or girl changed. Okay, so if you need help, come and get us. We'll help you. Number 5, describe the challenge in this story along with how the kid reacted to it. Well, the challenge in this story was that he didn't like the cactus tree and he wouldn't get close to it. And then all of a sudden he hears something and he's forced to get close to it. So the kid's reaction after he got close to it, he realized that something that is a part of nature needed some help. And so he had to put on his big boy pants and get in there and do the right thing. Does the kid's reaction to the challenge support the theme of the story? So if your theme is something about growing up and doing the right thing, or sometimes having to face those fears, then you have to think, did the kid's reaction do the same thing? Okay, so that's kind of the stories that we're going to write this week. We're really going to practice at getting these answers longer and more detailed instead of just getting up at surface level where we kind of get into a little bit of the dirt. We're going to really dig down in and write some good answers. Hope you have a great day.